to instill values and a positive disposition towards human rights, sustainable development and living, global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. The key principles of the national education policy have been outlined as respect for diversity and local context, equity and inclusion, community participation, use of technology, emphasize conceptual understanding, capabilities to harness unique capabilities, to delve and discover and harness critical thinking and creativity. Continuous reviews will be done based on sustained research, and regular assessment will be done of the success of the national education policy by education experts in order to weave and to maneuver and to get the guardrails set even as the education policy comes in place. As you'd notice, while keeping India and the future thinking and living of its global citizens at the heart of the NEP, there is tremendous focus on unique capabilities, conceptual understanding, creativity, critical thinking, and the use of technology. Over the last few months during this COVID phase, we have seen the use of technology. Everyone is suddenly in a classroom where there is no back row. There is no second row, there is no last row. Every student is on the first row. One of the ideas of national education policy is to create a reservoir of content for e-learning with the best lecturers and teachers to be available across all schools across the country. Can you imagine the quality and the equality of opportunity that is being unleashed? FICCI over the last 2 decades has represented the soul and aspiration of the media and entertainment industry, the creative industries, representing its interests before policymakers and driving policy changes to reflect the changing needs of the industry. FICCI's Creative Industries Media and Entertainment Committee constitutes the leaders of the creative economy, comprising cinema industry, television, broadcast, print, advertising and communication, events, sports, animation, gaming, VFX, AR, VR, art and culture, and entertainment technology. Literally, a broad scope of industries that all come together and work in a collaborative manner. FICCI Frames annual convention is one of the largest in the world and brings together leading minds and industry leaders to deliberate and influence the road ahead. FICCI, under the aegis of its most influential creative industries committee, has instituted FICCI Frames Leap Forward, with a view to nurture M&E professionals for the future. FICCI's team understands that to create global leaders of tomorrow, India needs to begin today and at the grassroots level. Changes will be needed in the curriculum of schools, colleges, professional institutions. Teachers will need to be, and the creative industry must partner the government and academia to achieve the vision of a new India. Educating India and skilling India will need to go hand in hand to ensure that the students of today are employable and ready to enter the creative industry, which is bustling and representing exciting opportunities across the world. Our stakeholders for FICCI Frames Leap are the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, UGC, AICTE, school boards, CBSE and ISC, and other government bodies in the education sector, universities, colleges, film schools, event schools, and M&E professionals. What do we expect the outcome of FICCI Frames Leap to be? We expect a development of a roadmap to formalize media in the current education system, starting from the school curriculum to higher education and professional courses in the media and entertainment landscape of the country. Over today and tomorrow, you will be able to engage with industry leaders, industry stakeholders, policymakers, academia across sectors from primary education to the best professional programs being delivered in India and across the world. And now, to get our inaugural summit started, please join me in welcoming our keynote for today, Shri Atul Kumar Tiwari. Mr. Tiwari is the Additional Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. Atulji is a career civil servant who belongs to the 1990 batch of Indian Administrative Service of the Karnataka cadre. Besides studying history, political, done an MBA in public service from Birmingham, UK, MPhil in social science from Punjab University, and recently an LLB from Delhi University. He has handled various assignments in the state of Karnataka, particularly in industries and commerce, urban infrastructure development and finance, health and medical education, with many accomplishments to his name. In the Government of India, he has served with distinction in ministries of urban development, overseas Indian affairs, rural development, and textiles. Atulji is Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting since April 2019, handling matters related to broadcasting, communication, community radio, films, FM radio, and vigilance too. More than all his achievements, the creative industries consider Atulji as a friend with an open ear for thoughts, ideas, complaints, and recommendations. He's one of the key drivers pushing for change and collaboration between policymakers and industry. He is aggressively pushing for global standards and recognition of the creative economy. He is one of the biggest believers in education, skills development, and the thrust forward that the creative industries can deliver to the Indian economy. India's imaging and India's leadership on the world stage is something that Atulji believes can be driven through the soft power of the creative industries. Please join me in welcoming Atul Tiwari, Additional Secretary INB, to address us. Atulji, over to you.
We have our secretary here. I think it will be better if Mr. Khare speaks first, if you don't mind.
Please carry on, Atul. Please carry on.
Sir, good morning to everyone. Good morning to Sri Indrajit Parmar, Deputy Minister, School Education and General Administration, Mr. Gay, Mr. Joseph, Ms. Kalyani, Mr. Chennai, and all the other esteemed members. We are grateful that FICCI is organizing this discussion around the skilling requirement in the media and entertainment industry. And we are of the firm believers that the media entertainment industry will be able to, short of its glamour, media entertainment industry has a lot of potential to contribute to the growth of the economy, lead to the service exports, and generate direct and indirect employment. There is, like in any other sector, there is a need to bridge the gap between the skills that are available and the skills which are required. And we also understand that, as it happens in other sectors also, many people, or a lot of workforce is skilled while working, and which is something which we can avoid if we are skilling them properly before they join the workforce. Mr. Khare is our secretary. He's also Secretary Education. So, sir, you under the new education policy, the multidisciplinary education with a focus on performing arts, creative education, music, etc., is also being given emphasis. And we are going to have a sea change in the way the education is being imparted. And I'm sure that with this new thrust in the education policy, what we have been claiming and demanding that the school curriculum also brings out something about the media entertainment teaching subjects, I think that will also be fulfilled. From our ministry side, we have been working for a long time for the National Center of Excellence on EVGC with the help of Mr. Kulkarni, his friends, and with the FICCI support as well. And I'm very happy to state that we have gone ahead on this. We are nearing a consensus in which we'll be able to launch it with the help of IIT Mumbai very soon. And for the MSCC sector, Mr. Ghai is here. So they are also, we are trying to interact with them in trying to have regional centers for the training and also updating the training requirements and the amount of documentation and follow-up that is going on, in the MSCC under the leadership of Mr. Ghai and other industry stalwarts is also very, very encouraging. With that, I would like to congratulate the FICCI once again, and I hope that today's discussion will help us chart our new ways about the training and skilling requirement in the media entertainment industry, which is much undervalued, but we need to refocus our energies so that it gains its importance that is due to it in terms of its contribution to the India's economy. Thank you very much.
Sabas, you're mute. Sabas, you're mute.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Atulji. Thank you, Atulji. You've been a big friend of the Information and Broadcasting Ministry and the media and entertainment industry, bringing us closer together over the last few months. And I do pray that the efforts continue to bear results as we've seen over the last few months. It brings me to an exciting point of today's event to welcome all our key speakers and panelists at the inaugural session. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Amit Khare. Amit Khare, Secretary, INB and Ministry of Education. Mr. Inder Singh Parmar, Minister of State for Education, Independent Charge, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Ms. T.S. Kalyani, Additional Secretary, INB. Joint Secretary, INB. Mr. Subhash Ghai, Chairman of Whistling Woods and Chairman of the Media and Entertainment Skills Council. Mr. Dilip Chinoy, Secretary General of FICCI. And who has been one of the architects and drivers of both FICCI Frames Leap, as well as one of the founders of FICCI Frames itself, and has been driving the AVGC policy across the country on multiple counts. Our next speaker is Mr. Amit Khare, Secretary, Information and Broadcasting and Education, Government of India. Mr. Khare is an IAS officer of Jharkhand cadre. He is a graduate from St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and postgraduate in Business Administration from IIM Ahmedabad. Mr. Khare served the central government for 6 years as Joint Secretary, Higher Education from August 2008 to August 2014, looking after UNESCO, education policy, and book promotion and copyrights. Pharma Pricing Authority from September 2014 to April 2015. On return from central deputation, he served as Principal Secretary, ACS, Finance and Planning Department, and Development Commissioner of Jharkhand from April 2015 to May 2018. As Development Commissioner and ACS Finance and Planning, he took many initiatives for introducing widespread pre-budget consultations, performance budgeting, and sectoral budgeting, financial inclusion, DBT, and in implementation of various central and state sector schemes. He took over as Secretary INB, Government of India on 31st May 2018. Mr. Khare is perfectly placed as Secretary INB and Secretary Education at the intersection between media and entertainment, creative industries, and education. And it's perfect. It's actually absolutely who will connect us to from industry to academia and place policy and the national education policy at the heart of change and what we would like to drive for the future. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Amit Khare to address us.
आप सभी को नमस्कार। गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीबॉडी। हमारे बीच उपस्थित मध्य प्रदेश के माननीय राज्य मंत्री श्री परमार जी, श्री सुभाष घई जी, फिक्की के महानिदेशक और पूर्व में एनएसडीसी से के सीईओ रहे हुए श्री दिलीप चनॉय जी, मंत्रालय के अपर सचिव श्री अतुल तिवारी, संयुक्त सचिव श्रीमती कल्याणी और सभी फिक्की के मेंबर्स। आज की यह सेमिनार बहुत ही समयानुकूल है, very timely. It is being held just after the announcement of the National Education Policy, which was announced last month on 29th July. It is also taking care of the post-COVID situation, the unlock situation. As you would recall, Ministry of I&D has already issued the SOPs for shooting of films, shooting of serials, and therefore this is the right time to talk about the skill requirements, the educational requirements for the M&E sector. Now it is well recognized that M&E sector is one of the largest drivers of growth in the services side. Various estimates say that media and entertainment has been growing around 12.4% CAGR. Particularly the new media or the animation, virtual realities, these are the sectors which have shown tremendous growth. How do we create manpower, be it education or skills? And this is where I think today's seminar will be quite crucial. Now, when the education policy was being framed, FICCI and other industry bodies were also consulted. And two things were felt. I mean, there are many new things in the policy, but what is relevant to us today? One is the artificial distinction between skills and education. And the second is the artificial distinction that we have developed between different disciplines. As if a designer in IIT will be only a technical person without any knowledge of aesthetics. It is not possible. If somebody is to be a good designer, and we have a design studio in IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay, we also have innovation centers, design innovation centers in hub and spoke model at almost 20 institutions. Now, for a good design, we must have a blend of technical and scientific knowledge as well as arts and aesthetics. And therefore, this distinction between what we used to say as fine arts, that this is fine arts department and the other one is engineering department, that artificial distinction now will have to go. And this is what the policy recognizes, that these artificial distinction and these silos that have been created by us in the last 30 to 40 years, they should be converted into multidisciplinary holistic education. And we must think in terms of development of the child. The perspective is from the side of learning and relearning instead of teaching. Teaching means we are giving some inputs to the other person. Learning would mean that the person on the other side is trying to take these inputs, develop his own concepts, develop his own thinking, and this is more important than teaching, because 21st century there'll be continuous learning and more learning, because every decade will see some new challenges coming up. And this is why the new National Education Policy 2020, this was discussed many times with the stakeholders. Honorable Prime Minister himself took more than 4 presentations on it. And based on all inputs, the artificial distinctions that we have of disciplines, that has been removed in the policy. The policy says all institutions will be multidisciplinary, and the distinction that we used to have between skills and education, and many a times the skills were put at a lower pedestal as compared to education, that has also been removed. Coming specifically to media and entertainment, if we apply these concepts here, firstly, what we call as skilling, you know, if we take the sector of AVGC, now on one side there will be high-end products from IIT Bombay. On the other side, there will be a lot of technical manpower which is required, which could be at a different level of skilling. This is where I think FICCI and other industry bodies and the ministry will have to work together to develop a system which promotes these skills not only in the well-known locations like Mumbai or Pune, but also in some of the interior areas. Why I'm talking about interior areas is the film locales are now shifting to different areas. While the studios could be in Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, some of these important places, shooting locales now, many states, even Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, UP, they are offering incentives for shooting, they are providing new locales. And when the unit travels, say, from Mumbai to Madhya Pradesh, they would prefer to have local talent there, particularly for various activities which are associated with the film shootings and which can be easily made available locally. There is also a spread of local television. This is another dimension that earlier we used to see everything in the metros. But now the orientation, even the news, people are more interested in having local news. Even for more particularly for entertainment, people are now looking for local entertainment. For example, on the Bihar side, Bhojpuri films and Bhojpuri music is far more popular. And therefore, the talent there also is to be developed. So on one side, the artificial distinction, and as Subhash Gaiji is with us, in the film, media and entertainment sector, degrees don't matter. What matters is कि आपका हुनर क्या है. अगर आप अच्छी एक्टिंग कर सकते हैं तो ठीक है, और नहीं कर सकते हैं तो बड़े बड़े डिप्लोमा और इस इंस्टीट्यूट से आप पढ़े हैं और उसके MA PhD उसकी वैल्यू नहीं है, क्योंकि आप टीवी के एंकर्स को देखिए, उसमें इंटरव्यू लेने की क्या क्षमता है, नॉलेज क्या है, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट rather than the degree that they are holding. There is one more development which has taken place in this policy, is that every child who is studying in school or in college, apart from their degrees, they will be provided at least one skill. And when we talk of skill, that old concept of vocational education, meaning welding and carpentry, has been removed altogether. These new challenges, these new opportunities have come. Particularly, media is one of them. And as the society develops, media and entertainment will become it will continue to become even more important. Social media has opened new avenues. Earlier, there used to be problem of, say, finding theaters for the films. Now, even the small producers who have a budget of, say, 10 lakhs can produce a film, and through OTT, they can find a market for themselves. Now, it is in this context that the new policy has emphasized on the skilling part, and will be glad to work with FICCI and other industry bodies to take it further. In fact, the implementation plan of the national education policy is being discussed with the various stakeholders. मैं आशा रखूंगा कि FICCI और अन्य जो इस तरह की संस्थाएं हैं, आप सभी के सहयोग से, यहाँ सुभाष गई जी हैं और जो हमारे प्रमुख मीडिया और एंटरटेनमेंट के जो लीडरान हैं, उनके सहयोग से हम लोग, चाहे शिक्षा मंत्रालय हो या सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय हो, हम इस स्किलिंग और एजुकेशन दोनों को आगे लेकर देश के युवाओं के लिए नए अवसर पैदा करें, क्योंकि ये इंडस्ट्री लगातार आगे बढ़ रही है। इसमें काफ़ी हुनर की आवश्यकता है और देश के युवाओं को बहुत अच्छा योगदान इसके माध्यम से मिल सकता है। रोजगार भी है और स्वरोजगार के भी अवसर हैं। जैसा मैंने कहा कि 10 लाख में आप खुद अपनी फिल्म बना सकते हैं, तो ये छोटे छोटे उद्यमियों को भी आगे लाने में सहायक हो सकती है। There is one sector where I think Subhash ji has done a great work through Whistling Woods and others, and his leadership in the film industry, that most of the Hollywood back-end work for animation is actually done in India. And that is the sector where we can work further. Maybe some incentives can be worked out by our ministry and FICCI, and under the champion sector scheme. When Kalyani speaks, Madam TCA Kalyani, she could discuss it today. So we can have some incentive for the growth of animation. We already have the IT skills in the country which are required for animation, and it could be a great idea to develop animation sector also. And we have the specialists in our country, we have industry bodies, and the ministry would be glad to work on this. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूं। चूंकि आज कुछ और व्यस्तताएं, इसीलिए मैं आपसे केवल 11 बजे तक ही जुड़ पा रहा हूं। इसके लिए मुझे क्षमा करेंगे, लेकिन विषय इतना महत्वपूर्ण है कि मुझे लगा कि आपसे भेंट होना आवश्यक है। आप सभी को धन्यवाद। FICCI को इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई एवं शुभकामनाएं। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, Amit ji, for making it at the 11th hour. So, it's a great pleasure having you with us. And the whole insights we know which came to light from your presentation on the 29th of July was an eye-opener for many of us. And although, we have been sending a lot of recommendations, but to see it happen, and that presentation changed, the mindsets of many, many people who have been contributing to animation. And I think this whole education process for media, entertainment, design, events and sports integration would take our country really far. And that's why I think it's very important that we continue, as you suggested, the dialogue. And from there, we can actually look at, formalizing some innovative courses in the rural universities as well, because that's where we would like to reach. Our basic input of skills come from these areas. And if we actually can school them a little better there, and even the universities there can have these programs, it will be much better for the industry, because we want to develop Northeast as a filming center and the animation center, even Orissa and many other states. And we have been talking to those governments as well. And I think it's It's a very, very welcome sight, sir, for higher education as well as school education. And we are hopeful that we will be able to work with the school boards and the universities together to take this forward. In the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we are doing a lot of deliberation on the sports education, on the school education. Even on the our AICT chairman is also going to join us today, and many bigger universities like Manipal University to Shiv Nadar University, Ahmedabad University, Jain University, and many government universities are also going to join us. Over to you, Sabas.
Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Mr. Khare. You've been a huge asset to the creative industries, and you shared some phenomenal, clear light for the road ahead. I'm going to bring on someone that Mr. Khare spoke about very eloquently, leaving almost little scope to actually do an introduction for him. He's not just an industry leader, he is a filmmaker, educationist, and driving change across the board. Chairman of Mukta Arts, founder and chairman Whistling Woods International, Institute for Film, Communication and Media Arts, Film City, Mumbai. And a graduate in cinema from the famous Film and Television Institute of India, Pune. Subhashji is known as a celebrated filmmaker of India with 15 blockbusters in Hindi cinema. As writer and director, and as producer, he has 40 feature films under his corporate film company, Mukta Arts. He is founder and chairman of World Class Institute in Cinema, Communication and Media Arts known as Whistling Woods International in Mumbai. It is Asia's largest institute for film, television, animation, and media arts. The first ever privately set up world-class media institute in India, ensuring imparting of quality education to the next generation of filmmakers. Today, Whistling Woods International has been rated as one of the 10 best film schools in the world by the Hollywood Reporter. One of the most respected Indian filmmakers and educationists, and has been often felicitated with awards for outstanding contribution to Indian cinema and outstanding contribution to film education. Presently, Mr. Ghai serves as the chairman of Media and Entertainment Skills Council, MESC, the Industry Sector Skills Council under the Country Skills Ministry. Under MESC, he has been the prime mover of the Vidya Dan program, which has now been adopted by the Skills Ministry to be initiated and driven across all skill sectors. Vidya Dan. Please join me in welcoming our celebrated filmmaker, passionate educationist, and an extraordinary human being, Mr. Subhash Ghai. Subhashji, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Vicky, and every member of Vicky, and my all compliments to Amit Khare ji, Atul Tiwari ji, Deena ji, Kalyani ji, Deep Shenoy Saab, Kulkarni ji, Inder Singh ji, and our Honorable Minister Parmar ji is here. And thank you, Joseph, for introducing me. More of an educationist than a filmmaker, which I have been living all my life. So see, a filmmaker becoming an educationist is really a question, an interesting topic to be analyzed. Because today's topic is the skilling development environment in the media and entertainment. So before I want to share my few points and like to contribute a bit in this whole seminar, I would like to tell you my little story. My little story goes this way, that after my graduation, I went to FTI in 1965 to get trained in the world of cinema. And I learned a lot. But that was a very new FTI that time, 65. Only thing I was wondering what they are teaching me. I was always blocked to listen to my teacher. Very critical analysis, very critical mind I had. Why they are telling me about the European cinema? When I'm an Indian, I want to be an Indian filmmaker. I want to tell Indian stories, Indian rural stories. I could relate with Satyajit Ray. I could relate with many filmmakers from India. But I was always puzzled. Why this? Anyway, I had my own way to learn from all the corners and every brick of FTI, and I did. And I'm indebted to the FTI. Because first, one thing which I always was a question by FTI, why it is against market, why it is against commercial cinema, why it is against the communication to the masses, to the people, telling your beautiful stories with the themes, messages. That was my question. Anyway, I traveled to my movie industry and I had a long, hard journey from becoming to actor, to writer, to director, to producer, to corporate, and so many things, for 35 years. And fortunately, I had a good and beautiful 25 years of my success where I learned a lot of things from my movie industry. The only thing that my tragedy was all the time that I was always surrounded by less educated people, not really professional. They were all learning either from their families or the relatives or on the job. And every time I had a problem that how to train now half of my team when I'm making a film. Because I had also learned on the job and they were also learning from the job. So this was my regular question in my mind. And I used to approach my government, that time also INB, to share our problems that we belong to instinctive industry. Let us, please give us a status, industry status, so at least we can organize something. But anyway, that is also a journey. But movie industry being unorganized that time, and I remember in 1995, and I did work very hard with my associations, and finally the BJP government came and they gave us the industry status. And that was the first step of the change in the movie industry. I would say media and movie, because movie industry led the media and industry. It was a prime industry before 1980s, 95. What you hear today, media industry is a huge vast from OT2 to everything. But when they gave us industry, the first thing I did was I went to the bank and I said, you recognize and finance the pictures for the filmmakers. They made me a member of their advisory board. And there was a first go. And second thing was insurance, the film companies. And third thing which I did was immediately was the corporatization. Our company, Muktart, was the first company which was publicly listed first time because of our due diligence and our transparency for the last 20 years in our working, in our discipline. And I was very particular about that. And this was the first company and first thing which I got. There was a FICCI meeting, I remember, in 1998. There was a huge FICCI meeting that time. Amritsar Sen was the chairman that time. Question was that industry is going to grow like leap and bound now because the economy is now खुल गया है और अभी बहुत कुछ होने वाला है. And I could read the figures and figures growing for the next 10 years. But my question was again, who is going to perform? Where is the talent? Where is the professionals? Where is the discipline? Who is going to do this? And that time I thought to open a school, open an institute. When I introduced and groomed many stars, many technicians in the industry, I could see one thing, that there is no platform for them who can really teach them, train them properly, and develop their skill professionally. And that time I thought that I will go for it. And that time government of Maharashtra helped me. And I did not know how to be educationist. I did not know how to open a school. But I did. I did research for 3 to 4 years. I traveled 24 countries. Each and every film school I traveled and did my whole report. And I came to know that we cannot do it in India because we have an education system of a memory-based education, and they have a skill-based education. Skill-based education, there I came to know, yes, it is a skill which matters. How an flop actor Subhash Ghai became a director, how a director became a producer, corporate, and this. It is a skill which you develop within yourself, or there are some gurus, or there are people. So adopted I all the senior people and gurus and learned from them. That was the story behind me. So that was the first thing when I opened this Whistling Wood. My first difficulty, Kharesa, was that I went to UGC, ASCRT, and I asked them that I would like to present my school courses and all that. Can you recognize that? They refused us. They said, you are not in our format. We appreciate your effort. I said, it has to be a skill-based education. It has to be a education for the media and entertainment. When every technician has to be artist and artist has to be technician. But they refused us at the UGC and on the ACRT. They could not help me in spite of the fact that they appreciated the thing. I asked them, where is the critical thinking? Where is the creative thinking in your rules? Do we belong still the Macaulay system of 80-30? Who rejected the metaphysic philosophy? Indian education, which was based on logics, mathematics, philosophy, religion, wisdom, spirituality. Where are the Takshila? Where is the Nalanda education? They were demolished 700 years back. How far we can follow the Macaulay school? This modern university is also in 20th century was based on the British rule of 19th century. So foundation was laid there only. Post-independence, we built 23 IITs. And finally, Atal Bihari ji's Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan got education for all from 6 years to 14 years. You see, today, this NEP is coming, has given a huge new breath to this country. I was so happy because when I could see that finally our persuasion, our efforts have come true. This is exactly what I thought when I started in 2000. This is how the children should be groomed. What did we do why Whistling Wood was born? Why Whistling Wood is now number one? Not because of Subhash Ghai, not because of motor brakes, not because of finance, nothing. Because I could see the foundation of the institute was wrong. 2002, we started 2006 to 2000, now it's 14 years. So we allowed our children, what you want to do that, what you love. It is a school of art, technology, and commerce and philosophy all together. Knowledge and information is available in technology. What you have to do with the critical thinking, analyze, innovate, look beyond the obvious, go for the local talent, local stories with a universal perspective. Discover yourself, rediscover yourself. You can change the courses. There's no hard and fast formula. We are grooming you individually. And that is the reason of the success of Islam, I would say. The whole philosophy of education was continuing in spite of a lot of crisis and humiliation and opposition I faced, and we all faced at Whistling Wood. But we went on. I said, "Whoa, we'll not leave it." And today, what NEP is a big gift from the government, today's government, I would say, to the children of this country, who have given the holistic education, multidisciplinary independence to choose your education, choose your career at any stage, do what you want to be. This could not happen. This could not happen for 70 years. Sad to know. My heartiest congratulations to Skill Ministry was found, and the Skill Ministry also further developed these skill councils, and they were kind enough to select us, all of us, to be the member and develop certain things. And there we could brainstorm each other, we all members of MESC, that why not we go for the ancient Gurukuls. This school education under four walls in a classroom, ये घुटन है, ये परीक्षा एक घुटन है, ये दबाव है जिससे बच्चा भागना चाहता है. क्यों ना हम गुरु और शिष्या का एक नया रीडिफाइन करें. लेट अस स्टार्ट ए पब्लिक मूवमेंट. क्योंकि सरकार की तो बहुत मजबूरियां हैं, उनके पास तो बहुत फॉर्मेट पुराने भी हैं, नए भी हैं, आ भी रहे हैं, डिस्कशन में भी चल रहे हैं, कमेटीज में बैठी हुई हैं, हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा है. लेट अस स्टार्ट आवर ओन थिंग. Let all experts of this country should give 2 hours a week to the children to share their experience and wisdom what they got post education. स्कूल कॉलेज पढ़ने के बाद उनको क्या नया सीखने को मिला, वो सिखाओ इन बच्चों को जो अभी पढ़ रहे हैं उस 4 वॉल्स के अंदर, या जो ट्रेनीज जो हैं आना चाहते हैं. ये कॉन्सेप्ट से हम लोगों ने सबने काम किया. एंड माय हैट्स ऑफ टू ऑल माय मेंबर्स एंड माय टीम. दे वर्कड वेरी हार्ड एंड वी आर नियर बाय a fantastic success. It is good result. I always profess, sir, one thing in education, it's very important that we need one teacher for 20 students, not for 200 students. Our government has to think again for teacher training program equally as good as NEP. Though there is teachers training program should be vastly discussed and be implemented. We should have one teacher for 20 students, particularly when you want children to have developed innovative thinking, critical thinking, analytic thinking, artistic thinking. If he has artistic thinking, he can be great lawyer, he can be great doctor, he can be great scientist. Please understand this. Artistic mind is a mind who's an all-rounder, who can adopt the things like you people. Like you change ministries, you change your posts and chairs, but how fast you understand the things, because you are brilliant people. So why not we train our children like that? Wherever in profession they are, they can think beyond the obvious, they can innovate. So the GDP was always low, and thank God that to redefine India, now government is reconsidering the whole GDP part of it. And I'm sure with this whole effort, we will reach to in rural India also. So we'll see from the urban to rural and rural to urban, it's going to be one India. It's going to be great India. Definitely, with all your blessing, with your all contribution, with all of your approvals and selecting the right kind of people for the missions and the vision you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Subhash ji. Thank you for always being eloquent, always being an inspiration for all of us. I work with you on the Media Entertainment Skills Council. Be reflecting on ideas, looking at your experience through those years. You might have been a filmmaker for X number of years, but you've been a teacher and an educationist probably through your entire lifetime. So thank you very much. It brings us to an exciting moment. We are blessed today. We've had Mr. Amit Khare, the secretary himself of the INB ministry. We've had Mr. Atul Kumar Tiwari, the additional secretary, INB. And we're also blessed to have with us Ms. TCA Kalyani, Joint Secretary, Films, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, who's also the Managing Director of the National Film Development Corporation. Without any further ado, I'm going to request Kalyani ji to address us and speak also briefly about the champion sector and what is happening in that area from our ministry. Kalyani ji, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph. Namaskar, Honorable Minister ji. Namaskar, sir. Atul Tiwari ji, Additional Secretary. Ashish Kulkarni ji, Dilip Chinoy. A very warm good morning to you all. And it's a nice day today. The sun has come out. I only have 3 things to say. As the Secretary had said that I should talk about it. One is on the champion services sector. we are in the process of approving the proposal for the champion services sector, wherein we'll be giving incentives for co-produced films in India, co-production with foreign countries, as also incentives for filming in India when foreign films shoot in India. So these are the two components on incentives that we have put in the thing. And the third component is, of course, the Media and Entertainment Summit, which we will be organizing next year in 2021. The component on the incentives includes the AVGC sector. I mean, even any film that is there in the animation, post-production, pre-production, web series, TV series, you have it, the entire media production gamut is covered in it. So, Mr. Kulkarni, you would be, glad to know that animation is covered in it. The second initiative, which is there from the ministry, is that we are also going to be setting up the National Center for Excellence in Animation and Gaming and Comics. This will probably IIT Mumbai. We are in advanced conversations with them. We would be collaborating with IIT Mumbai's IDC to go ahead and do this. But again, the approvals have to come through, so I cannot, commit formally on that. But it is in an advanced stage. And Mr. Kulkarni, you were supposed to give us the AVCG policy. We are still waiting for it. Where is it? So that is the thing.
I just spoke to Atul sir last week only. We have appointed Deloitte, and we are doing the final draft. By 15th of September, it's going to be.
Thank you. And also on the skilled on the NEP, on the skill development side, where Secretary had said that at the school level we want to introduce this. NFDC on its own way has been doing it in Tamil Nadu, where we have been conducting technical skill workshops on digital skill photography and multimedia for school children under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan scheme. And we also give multimedia skill training for differently abled children. I mean, we found that especially children with special abilities like autism, etc., get used to the multimedia ecosystem very easily. So it was easier for us to give training for differently abled children there. And of course, our screenings that happen in films, this is our exposure that we are giving to school children insofar as what are the options that are available for them in terms of the M&D sector at all. That is all that is there for me at this juncture. Over to you, Mr. Joseph. Thank you so much.
Kalyani, it's a pleasure to hear you, and thank you for sharing light on the entire subject. It's also great fun to see you chasing us for our work rather than we chasing you. So it's a real change that's coming in across the government, and it's a welcome change. Brings us to our inaugural keynote for today. We have with us the Honorable Minister of State for School Education, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Inder Singh Parmar ji, to address us. Shri Parmar was born on August 1st, 1964 in village Pochaner, Tehsil, Kalapitpal, district Shajapur. He holds degree. Mr. Parmar was first time elected as MLA from Kalapitpal Assembly Constituency in 2013. In 2018, he got elected for the second time from Kalapitpal Assembly Constituency. He was sworn in as Minister of State in the cabinet of the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan, on 2nd July 2020. It's interesting to note that he's from Madhya Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh provides 25 to 30% of the skilled resources, writers, actors, directors, and talent in the television and Hindi film industry. So not only is Mr. Parmar representing a state which is rich in talent, rich in skills, which has been gifting to Indian cinema and Indian television talent. He also represents the education sector, and it will be great to hear what his thoughts are about the national education policy and how Madhya Pradesh is going to embrace entertainment and the creative industries to be able to bring the informal into the formal. Over to you, Mr. Parmar.
नमस्कार। FICCI द्वारा आयोजित इस पहले फिक्की फैन स्लिप के उद्घाटन के अवसर पर मुझे बोलते हुए अत्यंत हर्ष हो रहा है, अनुभव हो रहा है, मुझे खुशी हो रही है। फिक्की ने ऐसे ज्वलंत विषय पर संगोष्ठी के आयोजन की शुरुआत की। मैं इसके लिए फिक्की को धन्यवाद देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं। आज के समय में शिक्षा और कुशलता औद्योगिक विकास के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। समय की मांग यह है कि कुशलता को शुरू से ही संवारा जाए, उसकी शुरुआत विद्यालय के स्तर पर ही की जाए। मीडिया और मनोरंजन के क्षेत्र में यह और भी जरूरी है, क्योंकि इस उद्योग में लोग अपनी रुचि और चाहत के कारण ही आते हैं और अधिकतर काम करते करते ही सीखते हैं। अब इस क्षेत्र में ध्यान देने की जरूरत है। औपचारिक शिक्षा की शुरुआत में करने की जरूरत है। इसकी गति और तेज करने की भी आवश्यकता होगी। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति ने हमसे जो अपेक्षा की गई है, उस ओर हमें बढ़ने की आवश्यकता महसूस होती है। हम सब जानते हैं, मीडिया और मनोरंजन का क्षेत्र हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था की गति देने में भी महत्वपूर्ण योगदान देता है। अभी तो सभी राज्यों के लिए महत्वपूर्ण क्षेत्र है। मध्य प्रदेश में भी इस क्षेत्र को बढ़ावा दे रहा है। इसलिए यह क्षेत्र में शिक्षा और कुशलता की बहुत जरूरत है। अगर आपकी चाहत को शिक्षा और कुशलता का आयाम मिल जाए तो यह कुशल कार्यबल प्रदान करने में सहायक सिद्ध हो सकता है। इसलिए मीडिया तथा मनोरंजन के विषय को स्कूल के स्तर से ही पाठ्यक्रम में शामिल किए जाने की आवश्यकता है तथा ऐसी कुशलता का निखार बचपन से ही किया जा सके। ऐसा करने से इस क्षेत्र में प्रतिभा की पहचान शुरू से हो पाएगी। इस क्षेत्र में उच्च शिक्षा की मांग बढ़ेगी। उच्च शिक्षा के अवसर बढ़ने पर शोध के बहुत सारे रास्ते खुल जाएंगे। इस क्षेत्र में तकनीकी विकास को भी बढ़ावा मिलेगा। ये सारी परिस्थितियां भारत को विश्व में इस उद्योग का अग्रणी बनाने की संभावना रखता है। हमारी नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति इसी बात पर जोर देती है। इससे पहले इस बात पर जोर दिया गया कि अलग अलग विधाओं को छात्रों की रुचि के हिसाब से जोड़ा जा सकता है। यह एक क्रांतिकारी परिवर्तन है। इसके अलावा नई नीति में 6ठी कक्षा से वैकल्पिक विषय चुनने का प्रावधान रखा गया है। यह भी मीडिया तथा मनोरंजन को स्कूल स्तर से ही बच्चों को इस विधा से अवगत कराने की दिशा में कारगर कदम सिद्ध होगा। इस अवसर पर मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि मध्य प्रदेश में शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में व्यापार और उद्योग जगत के सहयोग की अपार संभावना है। सरकार और निजी क्षेत्र इस दिशा में अच्छा सहयोग कर सकते हैं। मध्य प्रदेश सरकार का प्रयास है कि उद्योग व्यापार जगत मध्य प्रदेश में शासकीय शालाओं में अधोसंरचना विकास में सहयोगी बने। इसलिए मैं इस मंच पर उद्योग जगत के लोगों से मध्य प्रदेश की शिक्षा व्यवस्था में निवेश की अपील करता हूं। मैं आग्रह करता हूं कि उद्योग जगत CSR फंड शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में उपयोग करे और मध्य प्रदेश को एक सशक्त विकल्प के रूप में देखे। इस समय स्कूलों में आधुनिक तकनीकों के प्रयोग की आवश्यकता है। कोरोना काल में मध्य प्रदेश में भी ऑनलाइन शिक्षण दिया जा रहा है। इस दिशा में भी उद्योग जगत सहयोग कर सकता है। निजी स्कूल तकनीकी रूप से सक्षम है, पर सरकारी स्कूलों में की कमी है। इसलिए सरकारी स्कूलों में भी इसकी व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए। मैं इसमें आपके सहयोग की अपेक्षा करता हूं। इसके अलावा सरकारी स्कूलों के भवनों को भी आकर्षक रूप देने में भी आवश्यकता है, जिससे किसी निजी स्कूल भवन से कम ना लगे। इस दिशा में भी आपसे सहयोग की अपेक्षा करता हूं। प्रदेश में संचालित 10,000 विद्यालयों को सर्व सुविधा संपन्न CM राइस विद्यालयों में परिवर्तन करने की योजना पर हम काम कर रहे हैं। इसमें विकास में भी आपका महत्वपूर्ण योगदान अपेक्षित है। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं एक बार फिर फिक्की को बधाई देता हूं और मुझे बुलाने के लिए भी धन्यवाद देता हूं। मैं कामना करता हूं कि यह 2 दिवसीय संगोष्ठी एक सफल निष्कर्ष पर पहुंचे और भारत के मीडिया तथा मनोरंजन उद्योग के विकास में पूर्ण सहयोग करे। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Parmarji. Thank you for sharing light on how Madhya Pradesh views the national education policy and how you would like to partner with the industry, the creative industry, entertainment sectors to be able to create a win-win partnership for Madhya Pradesh and for the talent that exists in Madhya Pradesh to be developed and to be able to see the world stage. It brings us now to a very exciting part of the morning's proceedings. We have with us Mr. Dilip Chinoy, Secretary General of FICCI.
Tiwari, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Ms. TCA Kalyani, MD, NFDC, and also Joint Secretary in the Ministry, my mentor guide, Sri Subhash Ghai, Chairman of Whistling Woods and Chairman of the Media and Entertainment Sector Scale Council, Sri Subhash Joseph, Dr. Ashish Kulkarni, and my colleagues Leena and the entire team at FICCI. It is a great privilege for me to thank all the dignitaries present at the inaugural session of the first edition of the FICCI Frames LEAP, which is the acronym, as you've heard multiple times today: Learn, Educate, Apply, and Progress. We have been working long to get the media and entertainment in the curriculum of the formal education and also focusing on skilling of the workforce in media and entertainment space. After organizing FICCI Frames for the last 21 years, we felt we should do a full-fledged conference focusing on the issues relating to education and skills, which has got an overwhelming response from the stakeholders. Mananiya Mantri Ji, Shri Inder Singh Parmar Ji, Honorable Minister of State Independent Charge for School Education, Government of Madhya Pradesh, आप आज सुबह से हमारे साथ उपस्थित रहे, हम आपके बहुत ही आभारी हैं। आपने जो एक तरीके से कौशल्य और उद्योग इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन को जो जोड़ा है और जो मीडिया और मनोरंजन में जो आपने आग्रह किया है कि हम आपके एमपी में आए और पूरे जो शिक्षा में निवेश करें, हमने आपका जो संदेश है बहुत उसको हम आगे ले जाएंगे। फिक्की में एक फिक्की स्कूल्स का अराइज का एक ग्रुप है, हम उससे आपसे मिलवाएंगे और देखेंगे कि हम जो मध्य प्रदेश में जो शिक्षा की अवस्था है उसको कैसे आपके साथ मिल करके बढ़ाएं, जो आपने एक तरीके से किया है। तो आपने जो 10,000 विद्यालयों की जो बात की थी, उसमें मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल जो श्री सुभाष गाय जिसके चेयर हैं, और उसका एक स्कूल का एक प्रोग्राम है जो आशीष जी और सुभाष जोसेफ भी उसके जो बोर्ड में है, वो हम देखेंगे कि ये जो मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट के जो स्कूल लेवल प्रोग्राम्स हैं उसको आपके 10,000 स्कूल में कैसे एक तरह से इंट्रोड्यूस कराएं। और जैसे सुभाष जी ने पहले कहा था कि मध्य प्रदेश इज द मेन कंट्रीब्यूटर ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट कंट्रीब्यूटर ऑफ स्किल्ड वर्कफोर्स इन इंडस्ट्री, उसको आगे के ले जाके उसको और मजबूत करें। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, मैं आपके समय निकाला और हमारे साथ उपस्थित हुए। और हमने पिछले कुछ महीनों में आपके सरकार के साथ एक मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट पॉलिसी की थी मध्य प्रदेश में, उस काम को भी हम आगे लेके जाएंगे। श्री अमित खरे, सेक्रेटरी INB एंड सेक्रेटरी एजुकेशन, thank you very much, sir, for your presence and address. You handle both the important portfolios, and without your presence and participation, it would have not been a complete inaugural session. You're a great supporter of industry, at the same time encouraging and getting all the various stakeholders on the same page to bring about change in the national education sector. You have very quietly championed and driven the new national education policy. The Honorable Minister also made a mention of it. Thank you for your points. I think the points that you made, removing the distinction between skills and education and the difference between disciplines, are very, very important, and we commit to you that we will work with you taking this forward. Also, the shift to the second, third, and fourth tier towns and the importance of getting talent, and you even mentioned Bhojpuri in your speech, and of course you said degrees don't matter. and आपका हुनर क्या है is important, and the combination of degree and skills. You have also listed out agendas for FICCI, and we will take those forward, including in the implementation plan for the NAP and the specific work on the animation sector. Thank you for your constant support. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Sri Atul Kumar Tiwari, Additional Secretary, Ministry of INB, Government of India, who has managed time from his busy schedule to have his presence here. You are, as a very strong supporter of industry, in your special address, laid down key points that we have taken, and you are always open to help the industry in its growth journey through policy initiatives. Thank you for your presence and participation. I would like to thank Sri Subhash Ghai for his industry address. His contribution to the film industry and his reputation in the film industry, of course, is legendary, but as a veteran filmmaker, but his contribution as an educational entrepreneur and contributing to the industry with skilled workforce for the growth of the industry is importance. And as we go forward, we will recognize the foundation that he has laid. You also chair the Media and Entertainment Sector Skill Council as the chairman. And thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your extremely interesting and down-to-earth address. I would like to also thank Ms. DCA Kalyani, Joint Secretary Films, Ministry of INB, and the Managing Director, NFDC, for her presence and for sharing the various thoughts. And I was particularly, appreciative of the comments you made on the differently abled and integrating the opportunities for them. Thank you for your constant support and presence. Thank you, Dr. Ashish Kulkarni, CEO, Punar Yug Art Vision Private Limited and Chairman of the FICCI AVGC Forum, for your presence and for your guidance throughout this, and your continued efforts to bring about policy change and your support to giving inputs to government. And of course, Ms. Sabas Joseph, co-founder and director, Viscraft International, you've been the sutradhar of this inaugural session. You have dug out little-known facts of many of us here. Thank you for setting the tone, and also like to acknowledge the efforts of both Sabas Joseph and Ashish Kulkarni in helping building this initiative with Lena and her team. Thanks to the audience for the patient hearing of all the speakers. And we are hopeful that the deliberations would take place for 2 days, will give a definite direction to the industry and policymakers for the growth of the industry in India, and also export to the world there. And as was mentioned earlier, the champion sector. माननीय मंत्री जी, आपका एक बार फिर बहुत धन्यवाद, और इसके साथ ही हम ये जो सेशन है इसको अभी समाप्त करते हैं और अगली सेशन के लिए कार्य करते हैं. धन्यवाद. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dilip ji. Thank you, Minister Sir. Thank you, Kalyani ji. Thank you, Atul ji. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Subhash. I would request all our guests to join us for our next session, which commences at 12 noon with Mr. Raj Naik. Let's make the best of it. It's focused on the national education policy and all the changes that are going to come in. We've got some really bright minds joining Raj Naik in that session. Thank you very much. See you there.